Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the third and final part of this tutorial series I'm making, which is going to be the hair coloring tutorial. If you missed the skin and eye coloring tutorials, the links are going to be in the description, or you can just click the card on the top right corner, which will take you to my tutorials playlist. Anyways, let's get started. For the hair, I go a little bit differently. So instead of going light to dark, I go dark to light. First of all, you choose your colors. I'm going to be giving her brown hair, so I chose 5 shades of brown. You don't have to go with that much colors. I mean, 3 or 4 could be enough. But I took 5 mainly because the surface area, this drawing is very large, so I need more shades of the color in order to achieve a good blend. Anyways, you can use lesser depending on your preferences. So first thing, I'm going to do this part on time lapse because it's really simple. I chose a very light shade of brown and I'm going to put it as a base color, so I'm going to cover all her hair with that color. So fill the whole thing in, so I can do that on time lapse to save time and explain the more important parts after that. Now that I'm done with the base color, the next step is to grab your next shade and start coloring in blocks kind of thing. What I mean is I will choose a section of hair that's flowing in the same direction and is starting from the center, and outline that very darkly. Now with your second lightest color, fill in the top and bottom of the section, leaving the areas for highlights in white in the middle, or I mean white or your base color, whatever you prefer. Now grab the following shade and color over it again with like in a lesser surface area kind of, as I'm doing right now. And it's at this point that you will want to start adding the hair strands and stuff. Also, the smaller the section you choose, the easier. So as you see, I ended up dividing that block of hair into smaller sections, primarily to match the lines drawn on her hair, because as I mentioned before, this is a very old drawing I did, and at that time I didn't know where the lines go, how the hair flows, and how the sections are divided. But I'm going to fix that with the coloring, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm doing now a smaller section again, outline that very darkly, and start the same process as I said. Now I'm going to grab my very darkest color and add more layers while really defining the strands. After that, all you do is switch between your colors to define strands and reach a point where you're satisfied with the color and the highlights and all. There are several methods of hair coloring. I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything, but this is just the method that works for me and the method that I prefer. Anyways, after finishing the section, what I like to do is take my very lightest color over the whole thing again, and then take a very bright color. In this case, I'm choosing a very bright golden brown, as you can see, and lightly color over sorry about that, and lightly color over the whole section again to give it a more saturated and shiny look kind of thing. It isn't that visible in camera, but it does give a nice effect. Now I'm going to do another section on real time, a bit faster, while summarizing the whole process before I do the rest on time lapse. Okay, first of all, you add a base color, you divide the hair into sections that are flowing in the same direction and are coming from the center. You outline those sections with your very darkest color, or darkly outline it with whatever color you want. Then color with darker shades most of the area, leaving the highlights. Now with each darker shade you color, lesser and lesser of the section is going to be filled in. And with your very 2 or 3 darkest shades, define the strands and then keep going over layers of colors, light and dark, until you achieve the colors you want. Then give again the color you used for the base color. It's good to put it again on top to smooth everything out. And if you want to add a brighter shade to saturate, give it a more saturated and shiny look, you can do that. Now I'm going to be doing the rest on time lapse. Also, if you feel that my voiceover is not going with the video, that's because, unlike the past 2 tutorials, this is not the recording I did while coloring. The thing is, I did a recording while coloring and everything, explaining what I'm doing at the moment, but I had forgotten to turn off my AC, and that spoiled the whole audio because it's very loud. So you can't hear my voice in that recording, so I had to do a voiceover after it. Anyways, I mentioned all the points I did mention then, so I hope it's not that much of an inconvenience for you. I did mention before that my light source is on the left side. So keep in mind that the highlights on the left side are going to be stronger than on the right side. So same thing goes if your light source is from the top, bottom, right side, left side. The side away, the side closer is going to have more highlights. The side away is going to be more shadowy kind of thing. Also, if you're wondering how long this took me, now I'm very slow at coloring here because you build a lot of layers. So it took me like 1.5 hours to color the hair only. And I did say that I would color the whole drawing on time lapse at the last part of this drawing, which is this tutorial. But I was kind of busy, so I colored it fast and didn't get to film it. But you will see the final result at the end of this video anyways. Also, I know that this method isn't exactly anime method coloring, because there it's used more of cell shading kind of thing, but I prefer this. I'm trying still to find my style, something between anime and semi-realistic kind of thing. So that's where the hair method came from. It's not exactly anime or manga style. Anyways, that's about it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed and hope this helped you. If you use these techniques in any of your drawings, tweet them to me or send them on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. All my social links or my social media links are in the description, as well as all the materials used. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe my channel for more similar content. Bye!